That was hilarious.
Or visit onehourpainrelief.com.
Dang it. We need to start
That's
Facebook Live like
800-269-4200.
10 minutes before the show.
800-269-4200.
The following program does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff, management, or ownership of this station.
It's
But it
time
should.
to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry and Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
All right, here we go, guys. Hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get ready. The guys that will put your fears behind you are on the air now. They're taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Here's Tom and Jason.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Jason Bible and Tom Perry.
What up, what up?
I've really missed our Wednesday shows. I'm glad we got our schedules all sorted out.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, so Sarah and I were doing date night last night. We shipped the kids off to Grandma's house, and she was telling me she was listening to the show, the new format, the new Tuesday, Thursday format. She's like, I love it. Like, you just get all these different vendors that are
just
coming in,
kinda
bang,
pops,
bang,
doesn't it?
bang.
Yeah.
She's like, it's awesome. She said, I can tell the vendors like it just by
It's
listening
like
to the show.
popcorn, but we can't call it popcorn.
Oh, gosh, yeah, popcorn. Yeah, we learned what popcorn was this last weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, right.
You mean popcorn's not Q&A? No, it's what you learn. It's popping, man. It's going in there. And I was like, Colby, we need a list of definitions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
allegedly, that's how you learn a new topic, is you got to learn the vocabulary first.
Right.
Yeah, because we have a new mastermind student that's expert in tutoring and education and all that. And he said, anything you want to learn, you got to learn the vocabulary first, right?
Well,
Which makes sense.
You know, when I worked for Bob, that was the big joke. He would put me in different departments, and he'd say, hey, look, man, step one is learn the language. So just learn all the vocabulary. You're
Right.
90% of the way there being an expert in the field. And he says that kind of tongue-in-cheek because that's sort of true. But first step is, hey, at least know the language.
Yeah.
At least you know what everybody's talking about, right?
Right.
So
That's phase one.
That's phase. Oh, what's phase 3?
Yeah, profit.
Profit.
Right.
Does that sound like... I cannot wait. Those of y'all who have been listeners for a while know our wicked sense of humor. I cannot wait to start doing parody videos of the guys with the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris, and they're like, you know, going to the bank in their Lambo with a check from a deal they just did. I'm like, I can't remember the last
We
time
don't
I
even
went
have
to
to
the bank.
parody those guys. We have to just parody the guys that are selling to, if you're broke, you got no job, no credit, yo, yo, yo. I mean, because there's a bunch of guys even in town that, you know, that attract that crowd, and they're not even pretending to drive, you know, Lamborghinis and things like that.
Yeah.
They're just saying that, oh, you can start a business with no money.
Yeah.
And the reality is you can, but 80% of those people fail in the first year, and then of those that survive, 80% fail in the second year. And then, I mean, the chances of making it in 5 years. And, you know, we just saw, I mean, we're not going to name names on the radio show, but we just saw a post recently of a guy that, you know, he's starting his real estate education, and he talks about he's done, you know, 25 deals in 5 years. And he's done like $750,000 of gross profit, which means he's not making any money. But it sounds like, you know, if you don't really...
It sounds like a lot of money, doesn't it?
It sounds like a lot of money over 5 years, $750,000. But he's also, we've heard him say before that he did $1 million in revenue in a year, and it cost him $970,000 to generate that $1 million in revenue, which is, you know, not exactly success.
Making $30,000 on $1 million is a recipe for bankruptcy.
Absolutely.
It's just, this is such a weird industry. I don't understand why it tolerates folks like that. Because the people that end up in this business, you look at the weekend retreat this weekend, that's a whole room of really sharp people, right?
Absolutely.
And I just wonder, and it's so funny, we get halfway through the weekend retreat, even halfway through the first day, and people come out at about lunchtime, and they look at me with this deer in the headlights look, like, where have you guys been?
Yeah, right.
Like, y'all are so professional. You teach us in such a way that it's you do this, and you do this, and you do this, and this is the result, right?
Or you get, you know, the guy that was in our class this past weekend, he goes, you know, I joined another group, and he goes, you know, I've operated my entire business career for, you know, 40-something years with integrity.
Yes.
You know, every step of the way I chose integrity. Mm-hmm. And I was being asked to do things that I really felt were out of integrity.
Yeah.
And he said, so I never did execute their plan of action because I felt like it lacked a lot of integrity. And then, what you're asking me to do, I totally, it's all up front. It's transparent.
I'll tell you one, because this is one that was taught to me when I was involved in these different real estate education companies. Say, hey, just get the property under contract no matter what. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And then, of course, the idea was you get it under contract no matter what, and then 2 days before closing, you call poor mom and pa home seller and say, sorry, I can't do that number. Here's the number. Mom and pa home seller already packed up their stuff. They're having a little celebration. This is how I envision it happening, right? Imagine this. Your mom and pop home seller, you're selling this house. You've already packed up your stuff for moving. Maybe you cracked open a little celebratory bottle of wine, went out for dinner, whatever it is. Hey, we finally getting rid of this house. And here's this clown that agreed to buy your house. It calls you and says, oh, yeah, by the way, that number doesn't work for me. It's got to be $50,000 less.
Yeah.
What? And I just
to call that person a clown is to be very kind and generous.
They've got a bleep button on here.
Right.
Nikki told me we have a 7-second delay, and I could fill up that whole 7 seconds with what I think of those guys. But I couldn't do that either. I'm like, how do you do that and sleep at night?
Yeah, right.
I just can't do that. And I remember when I first started out in that business, and people are telling me to do this, and I literally had thoughts of, maybe this business is not for me because it's too unethical. Because I don't operate that way. I can't imagine being mom and pa home seller.
Well, getting
that phone call.
I heard the same thing when I started Fast Track. Is that the construction industry? Think about all the people that are in that are unethical.
Yeah.
And what I've come to realize is it's not that those people are unethical; they're just bad business people.
Right. That's a whole different deal, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And you know what? Here's the issue: is that when you're strapped for finances, then you will be tested in terms of where your ethics are. Right. And so I would submit that the same thing happens with these newbies that enter the business. They're not truly unethical people. They're just really bad at business. They've never done a business before and all that. And so they're just trying to, work their way out of it. Now, the trouble is I don't think they fully understand the pain that they're creating for that end user. They care more about their own gain than their seller's pain, right? Mm-hmm. And so we always try and create a win-win-win scenario. Not to say that we don't make really really good deals on our buys, but we're totally transparent. This is the number we agreed to, provided that nothing changes in terms of liens against the property, those kind of things, or even, like the square footage is different, stuff like that. If we've made if HCAT, for example, says it's 2,400 square feet and we make an offer based on that and come to find out it's a 1,900 square foot house, obviously our offer changes.
Right.
But outside of the material facts of the underlying offer that the underlying offer was based on, we stick with our offer.
Well, I can tell you another scenario. We contract the house and the house has a fire.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, if it burns down. Yeah.
Outside of that.
Yeah, post insurance claim, right, and it being rebuilt, all that. Outside of that, But
I just can't believe these guys. Some of the stuff they do. Anyways, so one of the questions we got at our weekend retreat, and I really liked having this guy there. He asked some incredibly sharp questions. I got to eat dinner with him on Friday night. It was first night.
Yeah.
And he asked a question about, hey, if you got no money, no credit, and you've got to do a deal in the next 30 days to make $5,000, what do you do? And I don't even think we really let him finish the question. This was on Sunday. And I said, get a job. Just get a job.
Yeah, right.
Like, if you don't have money or credit, you're starting a business. And can you do this business with no money or no credit? We do it every single day. But to have no safety net, to have, no money to drive around town and look at houses, to pay for toll tags, to do earnest money deposits. What are you going to do if a deal of a lifetime comes along and you have to write a check right there for $10,000 earnest money? And it's a deal that's going to make you $100,000. Because you know what? You don't have time to, quote, raise private money to get an earnest money deposit.
Right.
But you're going to let $100,000 walk out the door? I mean, it's stuff like that where I'm like, dude, you got to have some money. Just get a job. And then I went on a rant this morning about we are not these guys that are going to stand at the front of the room and shame people who are gainfully employed because they should be entrepreneurs. I think that's terrible.
Right.
I think it's absolutely awful. I shared the story that we have a lot of people in our office that work here that some of them don't have to work for us.
Right.
They really don't.
No.
I know some of their financial conditions. They don't have to work here. They don't need a job. They like working here. They love what they do. And I'm not going to shame those people because they're not entrepreneurs. Why do that?
Right.
You're never going to hear that from us. You're never going to hear us on the radio say, everyone needs to be an entrepreneur, screw the man, blah, 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 all that nonsense. It's all this. Maybe I'm getting too many YouTube, Facebook commercials lately, but I just can't handle this. Everybody should be an entrepreneur nonsense. It's driving me nuts. It really is. I've got YouTube Red, which takes all the advertisements out, and I wish they had a Facebook version of that.
Is that a paid version?
Yeah, it is. It's like $10 a month, and it takes all the ads out.
Oh, that'd be swell. I didn't know about that.
And you
I'm
can
not on YouTube all that much.
And,
though.
I'm on it all the time. And then you can download stuff to your devices.
Oh, nice.
I can download stuff to my phone. So, anyways, I'm never going to be one of these guys that says, "Oh, you can't do it," blah blah blah. It doesn't work out. So, I think you got to have some money. You got to have some credit to be successful in this business. Period. That's the only way. You're starting a business. And in starting a business, you've got to have some seed capital. Now, do you need $1 million? No. Do you need $100,000? I think 40, 50 grand is plenty. We started Houston House Buyers with $40,000, and you can use that same amount of seed capital today. And in the grand scheme of things, $50,000, $100,000 is nothing in this business. It's really not. You'll be doing my first 2 rehabs were over $100 grand each. So $100,000. See, that's another thing. What if you have a rehab that goes over 10%?
Yeah, right.
That's no big deal, right? Go
Right.
over 10%. It shouldn't kill the deal. Well, I was doing $200,000 in rehab in my first 2 deals. That's 20 grand.
Right.
Do you have an extra 20 grand out of pocket in case you go 10% over? Which is not uncommon for a big rehab.
That's the reason why a lot of first-time investors that don't have money, they won't take on a big deal like that. And that's really where the biggest margins are, right?
Right.
So we'll talk about that more on the other side of the break. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. 713-785-1817 is our call-in number. You can also join us live on the Book of Faces. Go to facebook.com, like our page, Right Path Real Estate. Also visit our website, rightpathrealestate.com, rightpathrealestate.com, and learn about all our events. We'll talk about the August 3rd event when we come back from the break. Thank you.
Hey, Michael, why are you spamming stuff in our Facebook Live feed? I mean, seriously, dude. You think you're going to get like 500 of our listeners to sign up for your whatever that thing is? I mean, come on, man.
There's a better place to invest. The expert
Hey, Valley, do you think you can kill that?
is one of the best investments you can make.
Yeah.
Find
Hey,
out
we got
that
your
JB Fund
text.
Services
We'll bring
offers a 9%
this
for
caller
furniture
in.
and up to 50% waterfall.
Yeah, after this
Call
break.
us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website.
Hey, can you, like, I hear the background. His voice volume is really, really low. I can barely hear it.
I can't turn him up.
Yeah, I know, right.
He's got to turn himself up over there.
Have you ever experienced the pain
Can you
of
turn up
trying to
just
get
your
MLS
mic
comps
volume?
for your hot lead? If you've lost deals waiting for MLS comps, you can understand the frustration. How
Yes.
would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a
Yeah, no, turn his up. I hit with his low, deep baritone voice, and it gets drowned out in the background.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put it down because I thought it was too hot.
Oh, no.
No,
I need him up above what the background
Get a free
commercials
7-day trial
are.
today by going to getmlscomps.com.
Yeah, what is that?
Now. That's getmlscomps.com.
It's that. Remember when we were in
Oh,
Dallas?
God. Oh, my God. The Bluetooth thing. What a waste. Oh,
That
my
thing was
God.
awful.
Yeah. Wow. The Bluetooth broadcasting. Oh, it'll send a feed in there, provided you have Bluetooth turned on, which I never do unless I'm connected to a Bluetooth device. I never have Bluetooth turned on, and I rarely, like, I've got my headset on today, but I rarely have Bluetooth on because
But it doesn't work with Apple, right?
No, right? Yeah.
So there's like 40% of the market.
Yeah.
Problem is, you don't know how much it's
And you
worth,
and
more
if it
importantly,
and if it
what you
doesn't
do to
connect,
maximize your
you know,
investment.
correctly, you've got to refresh your Bluetooth for it to work. And you're like,
We started
that
next
seems like it's
weekend.
not exactly as.
You know what? They've already made something that does this.
Right.
You hand them a business card.
Yeah. Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
For a number of
Yeah.
other
Or you
problems.
It's like
send
you
them an
open your
email.
mouth. Yeah. Right.
Give NextGen
Whatever.
a call at
Right.
713-346-9911.
It's a solution
how
looking
do,
for a
how do you kill
problem.
that out of the feed?
I don't know. I'll let Valley's listen. She
Investor
can tinker
loans
with it.
offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage. Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage
Roderick.
company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble
So,
Mortgage offers
I don't know if we'll talk about this on the
conventional
radio,
loans, FHA, and even
but
no income
the
documentation
SEC
loans
shot over
for
the
both
bow for
residential
cryptocurrencies
and
yesterday
commercial
was
properties.
awesome.
Call and ask about our 5-point
They have
guarantee, which
erased
includes
8%
free
across
pre-qualifications
every
within 2
single
business days.
cryptocurrency.
Call
SEC basically says, hey, these things need to be
713-680-8100
regulated. We think they're
or visit noblemoney.com.
in a financial
That's
instruments.
noblemoney.com.
So
Our team has
Bitcoin,
over 50
Ethereum,
years
all those
experience
things
in the mortgage
dropped
industry.
8%
Call us
overnight.
today,
And there's so many of these
713-680-8100,
Lambro clowns out of
or visit us on
Miami
the web
Yeah, right.
that are
noblemoney.com,
Freaking out.
well,
noblemoney.com.
a lot of these guys are running the futures market OTC on a lot of these different cryptocurrencies on like a 10x or a 30x.
Oh, wow.
So there are some people about to get their Lambo repossessed because the cash call last night was probably pretty big.
Yeah.
Or reach
Oops.
us on the web
Oopsie.
at fasttrackremodeling.com.
I told you
Fast
guys.
Track
I
Remodeling
read. I was going
specializes
back
in
and forth with some
turnkey
guys about
remodeling
2
of
weeks ago on
single-family
Facebook.
investment
I'm like,
properties.
stay away from
Whether
this
it's a
stuff.
flip rehab or a rental
It's
rehab,
too small,
we
way
manage
too
every
volatile.
aspect
Stay
of
away
rehab
from
from
it.
start
Yeah,
to
right.
finish with a highly
It's not
efficient,
mainstream.
standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Daniel, that's funny.
Again,
So
that's
there's a-
832-742-9992.
So I just have to be logged
or reach
in
us on
under
the
Right
web at
Path in order to delete that,
fasttrackremodeling.com.
right?
Okay.
Come back. This is Business 1110.
Call Jason or Tom at 713-785-1817.
I have
or
mics
look for
in
us on
5,
Facebook Live
4,
at facebook.com/RightPath Real Estate.
1.
Welcome back, Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate, here with Tom Perry, my business partner, talking about doing real estate deals, buying houses to fix and flip, or rent, or wholesale, or how you can lend your money and be the bank. Here's a little pro tip. If you're going to build wealth, you have to be able to do all 3. I hear somebody say all the time, or all 4, I'm sorry. I hear somebody say all the time, the only way to build wealth is through rental properties. Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing can be further from the truth. You need to be able to do all 4. Because I'll tell you what will happen. There'll be different phases in your business where you'll want to do all 4. You know, you may, even though you're not marketing to it, you may want to do an owner finance deal, right? And that's going to require you to be the bank. You may want to flip a deal that comes across. You know, through the course of your marketing, whether you're working with wholesalers, real estate agents, and other real estate professionals, or you're sending out postcards and yellow letters and doing stuff online and all that, you will ultimately come across another deal. And it's like, hey, should I flip this house or should I wholesale it? Well, why not flip the house? And you're going to need to know how to do that. As you begin to build your business, wholesaling, flipping, and lending, you're probably going to want to buy some rental properties, which is a great store of wealth. A lot of people think that rental properties make them wealthy. It's somewhat true over the long term because of the appreciation. But appreciation is speculative. The nice things about rental properties as a speculation is that they cash flow and you can choose the time at which you exit that asset. So at the end of the day, at some point you're going to say, hey, I've been flipping for a couple of years now. Now I want to start building a rental portfolio. I want to store my wealth.
Yeah, so great wealth preservation, as we call it.
Excellent wealth preservation.
Flipping's a great wealth creation. Buy and hold is not a great wealth creation. It's great. Most people that do buy and hold, they've already created their wealth someplace else.
Yeah.
And then they buy the properties to preserve their wealth. And great strategy, at least in this market.
Right.
Now, there have been some markets in the past where you could buy properties at such a deep discount that it was a great wealth creation strategy. Like after the crash of '86 or the crash of 2008, there was some good wealth creation strategies that you could use in buy and hold. But to say that any marketplace is going to be static and it's not going to change up and down, and that's one of the reasons why I think that when you look at your, the person that's going to be your educator in real estate, are they doing real estate? I mean, like now, today, did they buy any deals, this month, for example? And if so, how many? I
think I closed one yesterday. Does
Yeah.
that count? Is that enough in the last 24 hours?
I think so.
Hey, we've got a caller, Nick from Baltimore. Nick, this is Jason Bible and Tom Perry of Right Path Real Estate. You are on the radio. What's your question?
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call.
You bet.
Real quick, on Facebook, if you get an ad, you can click the arrow in the upper right and hit hide ads so you can stop seeing those.
When you're hiding. Oh, when you're getting ads in your feed. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so I did that and I stopped getting all those mumbo jumbo things.
Oh, is that?
So,
We're experts when it comes to real estate, but not experts when it comes to Facebook ads.
Right. So my question is about the 20% margin.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can explain it right. So, I'm trying to buy things at the 70% rule or less, and when I factor in on my deal analyzer sheet, an average of 6-month hold time, my interest and points, closing costs, and all that. Sometimes those deals on a piece of paper look like a 9% margin, 10% margin, but when you remove like the hold time, say you just make it like 0%, or 0 days on market, and maybe you get cheaper points, it becomes like a 20% margin. So does that make sense? Am I explaining it properly, or do I need to explain it better?
No, you're explaining it extremely well.
What's that?
You're explaining it extremely well. The 70% rule, it's incredible how many people know the 70% rule, but they don't know really what it's derived from. And the 30% that's the discount off of the retail has to do with 10% for closing costs, 10% for holding cost, and 10% for your profit. And then it's minus the cost of repairs, right? That's where a flipper needs to operate. Well, if your holding cost is less than 10%, then that's going to add more to your profit line, right? Or if your closing costs are less than 10%, that will add more to your more to your profit. And that's really where most investors that are getting 20% consistently. And what I'll tell you is 20% on a large number as a consistent. In fact, Jason and I, we were going through our numbers yesterday, so we happen to be very, very current with what we're averaging as a percentage, and it's less than 20%, to be honest, as a gross profit margin before the acquisition commissions that we pay. Now, the properties we've also had some properties that have hit 30-35% on an individual deal basis, but again, that's like hitting a home run, right? And you don't want to build a baseball team out of only players that'll hit home runs every time they get up to bat. You need some singles, you need some doubles, you need some triples.
The Astros seem to be doing okay if we just did home runs.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
But it's an average. I think that's the thing you got to consider as an average.
And what I would submit is I don't think it's possible to average 20% long-term on a large volume of houses. I think that you could average, but, because you're talking about leveraging such big dollar volume, I think that it's also easier to make a bigger percentage on a smaller house size. Like if you're going to flip a $150,000 house and you make $20,000 on that house, that's a larger percentage than if you're doing a $400,000 house and you start out with a 10% margin. I mean, one of our biggest deals in the last 6 months, we bought a house for $110,000. We put $110,000 into it, so we're in it for $220,000. I really bought it off of a $300,000 ARV. Now, I also had budgeted, about $30,000 in holding costs, about $4,000 a month for about eight months worth of hold time. Well, the construction took about 90 days, but we put the property on the market on a Friday, and we had 7 showings on a Saturday, and by Monday, we had 4 above listing price offers, and actually we listed it at $364,900, not the $300,000, because the market had shifted pretty dramatically in that 4-month period that we owned the property. The property was actually rising very dramatically, and I was concerned, honestly, about the appraisal, and it actually sold for $375,000. Well, I didn't buy it off of a $375 ARV. Had no intention of thinking. I wouldn't have felt comfortable on the buy side. Really happy on the sell side. So we're only in it for $220 plus holding costs. We're in it for like $245, I think, something like that. So we ended up. We did extremely well on that property. But
the 20% margin we use is it's a. Let me put it this way. Some people get so fixated on a number. They're like, it's got to be 20%, it's got to be 20%. And it's like, hold on, relax. Will I do 15% deals? Absolutely. Will I do 14, 13%? Absolutely. Will I do 10? There's no way. There's just not enough margin there. So you've got to be kind of around that. And I'm not saying you're doing that, but some people get so cranked up about being like, when we say a number, it's got to be like this number. And it's like, hey, it's got to be in that ballpark because you've got to allow yourself to be successful.
No, I get that. I guess I get a little kind of apprehensive because I just don't want to do like a 14% margin, and I make a mistake and it's less than that.
Well, here's what I would say is I feel more comfortable doing a 14% margin going into a deal if it's a larger deal. Let's say it's a $400,000 house in our marketplace. And, in your market, that may be $1 million house or whatever that number is, right? But if I'm already planning on the construction, because what happens is if I've got a $30,000 rehab budget in there, and that means that I'm not planning on replacing all of the 4 major systems and updating everything, right? Because I can't do that for $30,000. So it's a relatively modest rehab. I don't have foundation or plumbing or roof or or HVAC. Multiple of those 4 major systems are not going to be updated. And I don't have a lot of money to update bathrooms and kitchens and all the expensive rooms that really sell the house. Now it's totally different when I go in expecting to make 14% if I've got a $110,000 rehab number. Because the chances of missing something, I'm already moving walls. I'm already changing the flow of the house. I'm already replacing kitchen cabinet. I mean, everything's accounted for. What did I miss? There's not really much that I can make a oops on. The only thing that I can really miss at that point is, did I calculate enough holding time? Well, I'm already building in, 4 months of hold time just for the rehab alone. And then I'm looking at days on market, and if days on market are, let's say, 30 days, and I build in 90 days, and then I also build in an extra 60 days to close, and it's rarely taken us truly 60 days to close. It's normally been less than that. So I'm building in some extra margin because I'm building in a risk tolerance, whether it's on my closing side, whether it's on my holding side, whether it's on my ARV. There was a house recently that I bought that truly I think that the ARV, best case scenario is 460. But I didn't feel like pushing it to 460. I bought it off of a 440 ARV. So although my percentages maybe look smaller in terms of my profit number when I'm going in on the deal, I've built in a $120,000 rehab, a 9-month hold time, and I bought it off a 440 ARV, not a 460. So when I presented the profit number to the seller, hey, look, 10%. Here's $44,000.
1 minute.
But I have a feeling I'm going to make closer to 75 or 80 on this deal, which is going to make it a 18, 19% margin. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you just to kind of summarize, the one thing I don't lose any sleep over the houses that we rehab that need everything.
Right.
Like $50 a foot houses. $50 a foot rehab, I don't lose any sleep. If you look at the houses we've lost money on, it's the ones that are almost near retail ready because they hide a lot of their problems. I love the big rehabs. That's where we do so much better on those. So if the house you're looking at right now is a big rehab, and I don't know what that is in your market, but if that's a large rehab, those are the best kind of deals because there's just no surprises.
All right.
No, I get that. I appreciate it.
If you want to hang on through the break, we'll continue the conversation. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. 713-785-1817 is our call-in number. We'll keep talking on the other side.
Mic's off.
Thanks.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make.
New blog post,
Find out
kids.
how JB
You
Fund
can't
Services
fake
offers a 9%
equity.
preferred return and up to a 13%
Punching
waterfall.
people in the
Call us
face.
today
I love it.
at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com.
Daniel, that's funny.
That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
Oh, look at that.
Have you ever experienced the pain of trying to get MLS
can you
comps for your
read
hot
that?
lead? If you've lost
What do you
deals
mean?
waiting for MLS
all
comps,
those-
you can understand the frustration.
You have to be like right
How much
there.
would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate
I
agent
don't
to
know.
get you the info you need
I just
to
do
close
control
a deal?
plus to get
Propelio
to
is a
Zoom.
brokerage
Oh, is that?
website that gives you instant 24/7 access to high-equity lead lists and
Oh,
comps
look
with
at that.
access to a network of
There's
the top
actually
real
something
estate
that said
agents.
restore to
Get
default.
an edge on everyone else.
Control plus.
Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling
So
specializes
Emily, our
in turnkey
blog writer,
remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a
somebody
flip,
approached
rehab,
her
or
about a
rental
teaching
rehab.
job. So
No
she
more
took the
managing
job.
it
She
yourself.
sends us
No
an
more
email
doing
and
the work
says, "Hey, I'm going to
yourself.
take this.
Fast
You know,
Track
what is it that you want me
Remodeling
to work
really
on?"
does
Because she's
manage
doing all
So
kinds
give
of
us a
stuff
call
for
today
Pathfinder
at
Base Camp.
832
Right.
And I said, "Well, if you keep doing the blog, we'll keep paying you."
Yeah,
She
right.
goes, "Okay, cool." Read this first paragraph.
How much it's worth, or more importantly,
She takes my rants and
maximize your
just does them
investment
so
while
well.
mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could
I
lose
can
a
still
deal
just barely hear
like
you.
that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders.
All right, perfect,
The agency
thanks.
for that is Benchmark Insurance.
I didn't want to
for
scream in
Texas.
your ear, my bad.
The
No,
team
no,
at
you're
Benchmark
good. You're not
understands
screaming,
the
man.
investor
I
mindset.
just your
They know
voice
what
is so
you need and
low
when you need it.
tone.
We're here for you.
It gets drowned out
Are
by
you a rehabber,
the benchmark
wholesaler,
ad.
buy and hold or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
What?
What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Are you
We have 1
expecting
minute.
to close accurately,
Yes, sir.
on
Yeah.
time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again,
Hey guys,
Jennifer.legacymutual.com.
Oh, Nick's still here?
We can't
Okay.
wait to consult with
So
you
Nick's still
soon.
on the phone.
NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason or Tom at 713-785-1817 or look for us on Facebook
All right, here
Live
we go.
at
Hot mics. 5,
facebook.com/Right Path Real Estate.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. We still got Nick from Baltimore on the line. So, Nick, what else you got?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify real quick. When you guys are talking about your hold time and your profit margin, you include your day's construction time and everything. in
Absolutely.
that, hold time. Okay.
So down here in Texas, we budget $7,500 a week for construction, $30,000 a month, and that's pretty consistent. We've seen down here. So we'll add that. If you look at we have a little deal analyzer, and if you look at it, it'll have days on market, days it's in construction, which obviously before it goes on market, and then time to close. And we work with Jennifer Hernandez down here at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and I'd like to say that, you know, our deals are closing in 30 days or less, but a lot of times it's like 20. I want to say she can do 21, 25 days. She has like smoked some retail closings right out the door. So working with her is great. Most of our closings are less than 30 days, which, I mean, you know, time is money in these things, right? The longer they sit, the less money you make. So she makes us a lot of money by saving us like a week. Do that over 100 houses, and it starts to add up to real money real quick.
Okay. No, I appreciate the time, guys. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for the call.
All right, bye-bye.
So
yeah, you know, it even came up over the weekend retreat. This the 70% minus repairs number, and it's just a guideline, and you have to understand it's like any shortcut in, you know, algebra or math or, you know, the Pythagorean theorem, all those kind of things. Those are shortcuts, but you have to understand the underlying math behind it, right? That, it's essentially that almost every single professional real estate investor should have about a 10% closing cost, and that's 3% for the buyer's agent, 3% for the seller's agent, 2% for title insurance, and 2% for the negotiation after the sale.
All I can think right now, and the engineer types out there are like, what is the math formula in real estate that's A squared plus B squared equals C squared?
Yeah.
When you said Pythagorean theorem,
Yeah.
that's all I could think
Right. Yeah. Well, if as a real estate investor, what it has to do with is figuring out the area of roofing area, right? Because oftentimes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because they're triangles up there sometimes,
that's
right?
exactly right. Yeah.
Looky there.
You're trying to figure out the hypotenuse of the triangle. Give me any two sides. I can give you the third, right? On a right triangle.
I've had people all the time tell me, Jason, I don't know why I went and took all those math classes or science classes. I've never used them. And I'm like, ooh, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, right.
I use it all the time.
If you're sitting in front of TV land, watching Oprah, then you're probably not going to use much math that you learned.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm in Excel spreadsheets and looking at deals and construction. I mean, all that stuff is I use it every day, man.
Yeah. Well, I use it a lot when I had Fast Track. I mean, and even now, I mean, you're walking a house and you're trying to figure out roof, areas, things like that. Of course, Eagle View makes it really easy nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean,
but hey, great segue. What are you teaching about next week?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about knowing your numbers, right?
Yeah.
Estimating rehabs.
So if you want to learn how to estimate rehabs like a pro, so our shtick, if you will, is 10 minutes to 10%. You ought to be able to walk a house in 10 minutes and get within 10% of your final budget number. And if you're not doing that, you need to come to this event. 10 minutes at 10%, and Tom's going to go over all those guidelines on how to do that, the rules of thumb, the price per square foot, and all that kind of stuff. That'll be our next event, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. You can go to rightpathrealestate.com.
August 3rd.
Yep.
8-3.
And then our next weekend retreat.
And also, we're adding new this time. If you're a realtor, if you're a real estate agent, then we're going to be doing an MCE class, and we'll have more information up on our website probably by Friday. But if you want to get some free MCE credits, then all you got to do is be here at 5 o'clock at 11451 Katy Freeway, Suite 360. And we've got an hour-long MCE. Our good friend Tim Harridge out of Dallas, 2020 REI is the name of his company. He's coming down doing a free MCE. And I'm remiss, I'm a pretty darn good real estate agent. I'm a mediocre radio guy.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of his topic yet.
Oh, we'll figure it. It doesn't really matter. You guys need the MCE credits
Absolutely.
anyways. Well, we tell everybody, hey, look, if you're making offers to sellers, you need to be a licensed real estate agent.
Well, here's what I'd say is if you really want to learn how to work more with investors, if you're looking for a win-win, if you feel like that, if you don't have enough investors in your pipeline as potential buyers and you're running across that deal that is not retail ready. I mean, that you limited your buyers if a person's been living in the house for 40, 45 years and they want to sell their house, they want you to list it for them, and it's got foundation cracks. I mean, that's not going to qualify for a mortgage. So you've limited your buyers to cash buyers, which are typically investors. So if it's got, if it needs a roof replaced, or if it has foundations that need to be done, or drain line plumbing or supply line plumbing issues, and the seller just wants to sell it as is, we've got a great program for working directly with realtors on those kind of deals.
Mm-hmm.
So you can give us a call, not 713-785-1817, but give us a call at, what is our number? 281-888-9555 is the best number, 281-888-9555, or go to HoustonHouseBuyers.com.
We need to start putting that number out more often because I always forget the number. It's 281-888-9555. That's our office number.
Yeah, 281-888-9555. Yeah.
Please don't test me on that. Although I can remember that one pretty easy.
It's a pretty easy number I've had that number for a pretty good while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So weekend retreat is in August. I will tell you right now, it was standing room only in Houston like a week or two before the weekend retreat. So if you want to go to the weekend retreat, and I'll tell you what's great about the DFW event. Those of y'all who are out of town, it's an easy flight to DFW. The airport is right down the street from the hotel. So that's a great event.
Yeah, it's about a 7-minute Uber or $7 Uber ride.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Yeah.
So
in fact, I'll be staying at that hotel tonight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you guys are going up to the Quest event, right?
Yeah, right.
So it's a quick little, fly in, go to the weekend retreat. Typically, our Dallas event, half to 2/3 of the students fly in from out of state because DFW is a major hub for a lot of airlines. So come on down. Go ahead and sign up on the Right Path Real Estate website. And then in Houston, that's our September event. So those of you who are in Houston, you might want to go ahead and sign up for the September one because it's almost at the end of October. So we're running out of time here at the end of the year. I should say, well, we're getting closer to the end of the year here, going into August and September. I mean, where are you at in your real estate business? And I wouldn't wait until January 1st, New Year's resolution. Hey, I'm going to go be a real estate investor. Start learning this stuff now. Or, hey, I think there's a big crash. I got in a big argument with a guy yesterday on Facebook about real estate crashes. And, I think there's a real estate crash. That's what I'm going to start, learning how to be a real estate investor. I'm like, the time to learn is now.
Yeah.
Right? When you deploy that knowledge is up to you. But the time to learn, although I'd argue the time to execute is right now as well. But the time to learn is now. It's today. You don't want to wait until the middle of the crash where you're like, I'm trying to figure out real estate. And
we have 3 students right now out of our mastermind program that within 6 months of beginning as a mastermind are on track to earn a 7-figure a year this year. So the question is if you knew that you were 6 months away from being on track to earn a 7-figure year, when would you want to start that 6-month period?
6 months from now.
No, but that means that you would be on track a year from now, right?
Right,
you want to start it now. I mean, why would you delay that? I mean, what in the world would get in your way of buying that ticket? You know what I mean?
Well, and what the other thing I don't get is we're doing this and we're having a lot of fun, right?
Right.
But is this what we're going to do for forever? I mean, are we going to do Right Path forever? I think there's this misconception out there that we're going to do this for like.
Are we having a board meeting right now?
Well, no, but I think. But let's be. I mean, let's be. We start building this thing. Somebody could buy us out, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, chances are I won't be doing this 40 years from now.
Well, that's true. I won't either. But I mean, are we going to be doing it 10 years from now? 5 years from now?
Yeah.
I mean, people have this idea that like, oh yeah, I'll just go see Jason and Tom, like next month. We may not do an event next month.
Right.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, folks, the next real estate crash happens.
Yeah.
It's very likely we close Right Path. We take all of our.
You're not going to see us at networking events.
No.
You're not going to see us at.
We're not going to be hosting network. We're going to take all of our people that joined our tribe and we're going to go buy a bunch of real estate. We're not going to have time to teach people how to do real estate.
Right.
We're just not going to have time to do it. So a lot of these folks that think like, oh, just wait, I'll see you guys next month and the month after that. We might not be doing this.
Those people are rarely successful in.
That's true.
In most parts of their life, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
so
true.
So
That's
what we find is the successful people, the people that that join our team that do really well, not just in real estate, they do well in life, right? Is that they make decisions quickly.
I'll tell you what, I've told people I can figure out how well the client is going to perform in base camp. That's our mastermind program. Based on what they do the first 12 weeks. Like I can literally predict their success.
Right.
I've almost gotten it down to what they do in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If they do this and this and this, the rest of their year they're going to run like gangbusters. But I can tell you the level of success you will have based on what you do with information and how you implement it over a 12-week period. I mean, if you're moving like gangbusters, making offers, just blowing up Tom and I's phone. I mean, those of you who are one-on-one clients know that. I mean, everybody has our cell phone number. And then all of a sudden they go silent after about 12 to 16 weeks. I know they're working on a ton of deals. And then we'll reach out and go like, hey, man, I hadn't heard from you in a couple of weeks. What's going on? Oh, I'm in the middle of 4 rehabs and I've got 3 more rental properties under contract. I mean, I can tell the attitude when someone says, I'm not an expert in this. I'm going to do exactly as you tell me to do. And I'm like, oh, yeah, here we go. This is going to be a good case study in 16 weeks. I mean, that's literally what happens. You just implement and just it's action over action over action with the right action, right? That's the important piece. We get back from the break. We'll talk more about real estate. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
All right.
Okay.
Mic's off, guys.
Great. Thank you. Nothing. I'm chatting on here.
Rehab loans, conventional loans, FHA, and no-income documentation loans can seem scary unless you have the right mortgage company to guide you through the process. Since 2003, Noble Mortgage has been helping investors just like you.
Oh, I see Mr. Famous is on the feed.
Home, rental, or commercial property, Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing. Call Noble Mortgage at 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992.
This is driving me crazy not having a watch. Like the little pin, one of the little pins came out on my bracelet, and then I can't find my other watches because they're in a box somewhere. That's like,
no more managing it yourself.
I'm trying to look.
No more doing the work
there's
yourself.
No watch here. How much time do we have left?
Really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what a property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
2 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary peer work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825.
You want to jump into base camp and answer that one?
That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason or Tom at 713-785-1817 or look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
3, 2.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Tom Perry, Right Path Real Estate. So if you really want to build a business or you're trying to figure out why your business is kind of puttering along, you'll do one deal you make money on, next deal you lose money on. One deal you make money on, next deal you lose money on. Or you're a landlord. I see this with a lot of landlords. We'll say, hey, what do you do? And they'll say, I'm a landlord. Great. How many houses you got? 5. And then we'll say, you can't buy any more, can you? Oh, how'd you know?
Out of money.
Out of money. Why are you out of money? Because you were taught how to buy rentals, the incorrect way, right? You put $20,000 into a rental property that makes you $500 a month. How many years does it take you to buy another rental property with the cash flow from that one rental? It takes you a couple years, right? How do you do no money out of pocket deals? That's one of the things we teach in our weekend retreat. That's running this business like a business. You shouldn't have any of your own money in these things. Now, do you need money to do real estate? Absolutely. Got to have money, got to have some credit. But I'll tell you, if you follow our instructions, it's pretty easy to build a rental portfolio without having any of your own money in them. Now, would I put $5,000 into a single-family deal so I can make $500 a month? Yeah, I'd do that. But would I put 10, 20, 30? I heard one guy put $50,000 into a single-family house, had an ARV of $150,000. Now, he's cash flowing like $600 a month, but what's the point? Use that $50,000 to build a real business, not to store it in a single-family house. What you really want to do is use that to continue building your real estate portfolio. Continue building. Otherwise, you go back to work, right? And got to save another $50,000. That doesn't make any sense. You know, if you got $20,000, do a flip. Make $20,000, $30,000. Then put it into start building a rental portfolio. Or if you've got a rental portfolio and you got $30,000, $40,000 sitting around there, start using that on marketing and start buying 1, 2, 3, 4 houses a quarter and build a real portfolio. If you're an owner finance person, it's the same deal. All of us have to, regardless of the type of real estate we're doing, we all have to market and we've got to sell our properties, whether we're selling money as a lender or we're selling real estate as a tenant relationship that you're going to lease, or you're selling it retail to an end user, owner, occupant. We've all got to do some marketing and sales, right? We've all got to be able to find deals. We've got to put together the funds for those deals. And then, of course, we have to convert those into revenue somehow.
1 minute.
So if you want to learn how to do this, the Weekend Retreat is the place to do it. Go to rightpathrealestate.com. Next Weekend Retreat is sometime in August, 18th, 19th, 20th, something like that. If you go to rightpathrealestate.com, and then that'll be in Dallas. Then we've got one in Houston the following month. So we'll see you guys there. Thanks for listening. It was great going through all the questions. It's a call-in show. You guys are welcome to call in. I didn't see any other questions on Facebook. So if we see anything else, we'll go ahead and write those comments in. You have any parting words there, Mr. Perry?
You know, you can tell I've been a little bit silent. I'm answering questions. We're buying houses. I've got a guy up in Dallas I was supposed to meet with. I walked his house yesterday, and so I'm texting with him right now. So you've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, the guys that actually do real estate.
That's weird.
And we tell the truth. And that's unique in the real estate guru market. So plug in rightpathrealestate.com and say an adios.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Mike's off, guys.
Thanks.
Excellent.
Have a good day.
All right. You guys have a good one.
You've been listening to Right Path Real Estate.